John, it was a sobering reminder that it's not just in the trenches exclusive. When the reports were released early this morning about Demaryius Thomas and how they found traces of CTE in his autopsy that came back, and when you think of his career, a short career, including the wide receiver position, if I'm playing the game, no matter at what age. This is another sobering reminder of what could happen.
I believe the doctor said what killed him is not associated with CTE, even though it showed up. Can you imagine what will happen if they ever develop a test that a player can take at any time to see if he has an onset of CTE? Right now, the only time it can be diagnosed is when you're dead. And if they ever come up with it, would players, if they found out early in their careers, you are a candidate, if you continue to play, to have CTE, which can have debilitating effect on you through the rest of your life and could contribute to your death.
Well, and I wonder, John, how much of the CTE issue, brain trauma, everything else plays into what we're entering into the NFL now, where players are taking complete control of negotiations even before negotiations normally happen, with some holdouts that we're seeing where you see guys, and this isn't completely new, but trying to get as much as possible as early as possible because careers aren't going to last as long, because guys have more knowledge now about what's happening to their brain the longer they play football.
And that's true, but also careers are lasting longer because there's more money to be made, and because players take better care of themselves, and because they have great doctors, great rehab, diet, things they didn't used to know. It blows me away when I consider everything that is available to a player today compared to the way it was when I first started covering the NFL. And the Oilers had like one bench press at their locker room on their practice facility, which was a dump and is now a parking lot. And they had a few weights to lift on the side. Most of those guys looked like basketball players. They were strong, but they weren't ripped the way they are now. Plus, so many of them smoked. And I know a lot of guys today that are in their 70s and they've had no problems with any kind of brain trauma, even though they banged heads for a 10 to 15-year career. So you never know for sure. The fact of the matter is there's so much more technology and so much more information available to you. And every player I know that I've ever asked, if you had to do it over again, would you do it? Even though they've had hip replacements, knee replacements, every kind of replacement you could have. And every one of them I've talked to said absolutely. They have one regret, that they weren't born later so they could be making millions and millions of years instead of 100,000s.